It's Thursday, guys, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of reviewing your underwater films.
Hey Matthias, what are you doing?
You're not needed here anymore. I got a
Why?
replacement. I got a replacement for you. It does exactly what you do. Say yes and no.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. I will try this time. I will give my very, very best.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in again.
All right.
Today we are going to be watching a film by.
Okay. See you later, Matthias.
Hold on, Sebastian. Do you know what we are watching today?
I know what we're watching today. Yes.
Come and join me, please.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, plans changed. Sebastian's back. So, welcome back to the show, Sebastian.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you back here. And, well, let's see if you can perform better than my nearly two new best friends.
Nearly best friends. Okay.
Let's see if...
Well, I can be the maybe in between.
Good idea. Okay, so we have a spot for you now.
All right.
Within this whole constellation. But most importantly, because that's what they can't do, you need to tell us whose video we are reviewing today.
All right. Pleasure to do that. Well, today we're gonna watch a video made by Geoffry Burks. And he wrote us a lot of information.
Excellent.
What he is filming with and what he's editing with. So I just check my notes and let you know.
Please do so.
All right. So he told us he's using a GoPro Hero 10 Black for the underwater part. He used a backscatter flip kit and a Macromate Mini
Nice.
for the filming.
So we're looking at some macro shots.
Yeah. And for the lights, he's using the backscatter 4300 two times with a flex arm.
Nice.
And then he told us he was using for the topside stuff the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Cool.
And he's editing with Final Cut.
Excellent. That sounds like a fun combination.
Yeah.
Shall we go and watch the video?
Of course.
Ooh, Bonaire.
Next stop, SeaTac Airport.
Oh, look at that. Brings back memories. Ooh, 1,000 steps.
One of the best spots in Bonaire.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I could dive there every day.
Yeah, forever.
Ooh, nice. see that? He's got his name
Yeah, his name on
stitched
there.
on the bladder of. Nice. That's actually a very cool idea to keep track of your dive sites and just have them in the video. Well, thank you, Geoffrey, for submitting. Oh, it's not finished yet.
Got that, everybody at home? She hates salt water in her eye.
Excellent. Like it a lot. Thank you so much, Geoffrey, for submitting the film to the series here. Immensely enjoyed watching this piece by you.
Me too. Oh, I'm allowed to say more?
Are you now imitating the buttons, or are you gonna make a valuable contribution to the film that we've seen
Well,
today?
I try to. Well, I found it really, really cool to watch. I mean, he didn't waste any time to just to get from the plane and in the water and then keep this going with the upbeat music and yeah, I think there were some nice images in there. It wasn't not that kind of storytelling, but as well as like a coverage of what we can see in Bonaire, and then with a nice intro and stuff like that. So yeah, I found it very, very nice to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I find it interesting how much content you've crammed into, what was it, like 4 minutes or something, 3.5 minutes. There's a lot of really good shots, a lot of interesting shots being crammed into those few minutes. And as you said just before, you didn't waste any time with, starting the story or starting your video, but it was the one shot off the plate and then bam, we were in the water. And I really enjoyed how we were, there was this play of underwater footage and then like a shot on land, because Bonaire has so much to offer on land as well. And it was so typical for Bonaire, the shot of you, Geoffrey, driving the SUV, then the salt pier, the sort of establishing shot of the salt pier before we saw the footage from the salt pier underwater. That was actually really nice. I enjoyed having that little break in between each of the sequences from the underwater spots that you were showing us. I actually found it good that you weren't dividing every single dive site, but you kept it as like main diving areas. And then in the end, I found it a good idea to have a couple extra seconds of just showing the different dive sites that you dived at during your time in Bonaire. And for me, this was a very sentimental moment because it reminded me a lot of all the times that we've spent in Bonaire Island, whether that been on projects or on video workshops. And it kind of really, really makes me want to go back to Bonaire rather earlier than later. So yes, that was lame.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, that was much better. So thank you, Geoffrey, for igniting that spark for Bonaire Island again within me, at least with this film. What have you got in terms of improvement for Geoffrey?
Well, the most important point, I think, is the color matching. There are some shots where like the blues don't match, and sometimes the whole color setup is really different from one shot to another. And I think it's possible with the GoPro Hero 10 to work on that part of the editing, just to get the shots a little bit lined up better. Yeah. You agree?
Yep.
Here we go. Okay. I think the lighting was most of the time good.
Yep.
I think there were some shots where I had the feeling the lights were too low, so the upper area of the frame was not lit. It was looked like a dark area, and then the other part of the frame was lit well or good enough. So I think that's one part work on the position of your light, and I know it's hard with the GoPro to check the framing, to check the lighting on the GoPro. But I think after a while, if you're working with your camera, you know more or less exactly where to put the light and where the beam will
You
lit
get
the
a feeling
frame.
for it. Yeah. 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 I agree.
So I think that's one part you can work on as well. Other than that, well, you said something about the music and you like the parts. For me personally, it was like the stop between one part and the other was sometimes too abrupt.
Yeah.
It was like upbeat music, and then nothing, then car, and then we're starting again with the music. I don't know, and I couldn't say right now to how to make it different. Like, yeah, you could do like, I don't know, transition, some kind of music, whatever. But I just had a feeling it was for me too abrupt. I feel it was like you were sitting like going and then like stop, and then we're going again. So
So
but it's like a personal, like just a personal taste that the gap was too long in between the different dive days or dive scenes.
how would you have done this different? Would you like, is it a music thing for you, or is it a thing of like an editing thing?
I think it's kind of both. It's like the music thing. I would just have the transition between the two musics like closer together.
Yeah.
Like so you don't have any real noticeable gap between no music or yeah.
So have like a crossfade in between the
Yeah,
two
or
different music
I don't know,
tracks
yeah,
or something like
or
that.
use sound design. I don't know, maybe I don't know, whatever, a car door, whatever, to to make sure. Okay, we going
Yeah.
on a different dive site.
Yeah.
And yeah, and editing was just like, yeah, it's hard to say. We're not seeing the footage again, but like more like a transition, or use maybe a transition shot where you're going up again, so it's clearly you're going up, and then you're back in the car, slamming the car door, and off you go, and the next one.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. I mean,
Okay.
it's really easy to say, like sitting in a chair and just saying it, but that's what's in my mind when I was seeing it.
I understand. Okay. Yeah. Anything
And
else?
yes, I saw spots again.
I did too.
I mean, there's a long time we haven't said that on our reviews, but guys, keep checking your lenses.
And it was on the salt pier footage, right?
Yeah.
So it's also always makes sense to just quickly check your lens before you start shooting on land, just in case you have something there. And by the way, a little microfiber cloth or something is a great idea to keep with you at all times. So you can just so you can just give it a quick clean before you start recording the next scene, especially if you're going into the water and out of the water with the same camera and you're using it for above as well as underwater footage. It makes sense to have a cloth that you can use to clean the lens every now and then. Cool. Anything else?
No.
I've got
That's it
one
from my
last
side.
thing. I do think, Geoffrey, that you had a good variety of different shots over the entire film, but what I would suggest you try next time is you had a lot of sort of portrait shots of fish. It would actually be nice if you had, in addition to those portrait shots, some shots that were a little more wide angle, so showing the animal in its natural environment, in the habitat, in whichever coral it lives, or Gorgonia, wherever it is. Just back up a little more, give it a little more wide angle view, grab a quick shot of that, and then use or get the close-up shot or the portrait shot that you were getting, and then you can combine those. You don't always have to show both, but it can actually be a nice way of introducing an animal by showing a really wide angle shot of the whole scene, then a slightly closer shot of the habitat where it lives in, and then go and show the portrait section of the animal itself. But that's just a minor thing that I would try to integrate in your next film that you're creating. But all in all, really enjoyed it. Thank you very much again, Geoffrey, for submitting this film. And yeah, as always, we're going to be placing the link to Geoffrey's film as well as to his YouTube channel down in the video description below. Feel free to go over there and leave a like, a comment, a subscription, and see what other content Geoffrey has got on his YouTube channel.
And now you need me again?
I don't need you, but it would be nice if you say something. Otherwise, you're just giving me more
More leverage to kick me out again?
exactly. You're giving me more reason to replace you with something else.
All right, so I try to.
Please.
Guys, if you like the review and you like these two idiots talking, just give us a like.
Who do you call an idiot? Talk for
Subscribe to the
yourself.
channel to receive updates on any new videos coming out every week. And if you want us to review your underwater films, please send us an email to contact@matthiaslebo.com. And within that email, put in the link to your video and some information about the camera used, the lights you're using, like Geoffrey did, and yeah, maybe something about the location we're filming in, so that we have a little bit more background information. Right now, we have maybe 6 to 8 month wait time, so be kind with us. We're watching every review of you, but it will take some time. If you really want us to watch your film right away, there's one possibility to make us do that, and Matthias will explain that.
Yes, there's only one possibility. You have actually the option of skipping the line and getting your video submission prioritized by signing up to the YouTube channel membership that we've set up here on the channel. To do that, you just need to click the little button just below the video which says become a member, and then it will lead you through the process. And we're thankful to everyone who wants to support the channel this way and helping us to keep continuing making these videos here on a weekly basis. So thank you very much for your support through the membership area there. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say, and I don't want you to say anything else.
All right.
Just kidding. Talk as much as you want, but they will just...
Thank you, appreciate it.
They will just click away anyways.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys, for sticking with us all the way to the end. It's always a pleasure reviewing these films for you. Hopefully you guys are having just as much fun watching these films as we are having... as we are creating these films. And if that's the case, please do not forget to hit that like button and also consider subscribing to our channel so that you get informed whenever the next video pops up. But I think you already told.
Yeah, I mentioned it, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's double,
Yeah.
a double whatever.
Well,
Yeah. Well, anyways, we'll bring it to an end, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Until next week, keep capturing your underwater adventures, and we'll see you next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.
bye, guys.